Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's really more of a story tonight, but you'll see. You'll see. Our Torah portion warns us against arrogance. Parshat Eikev. We're warned against forgetting God and assuming that it's all about us. I did this. I did that. I am so great. Even the most righteous need to pay attention to that teaching, especially because no matter how good and how righteous, no matter how wonderful we are, it's far too easy to think that such a teaching applies to everyone else and not to us. Take this story from the Midrash. Rabbi Joshua was very religious and righteous and learned in Torah. Once in a dream, a voice spoke to him. He was that righteous. He would just kind of have these voices, these heavenly divine voices speak. And this one said, "Rejoice, Joshua, because you and Nenez the butcher, you will sit side by side in paradise, and you will have an equal reward." When Rabbi Joshua awoke, he was confused. Wait a minute. Ever since childhood, I have devoted myself to serving God and studying and teaching Torah. For all the good I've done, I'm no better than Nenez the butcher? So he shares the situation with his disciples, and they agree that Nenez the butcher must be pretty wonderful. After much searching, they finally come to his village, and they ask the people of the town about Nenez. But the people replied, "Oh, learned rabbi, how is it that someone as learned and important as you should be asking about such an insignificant person?" But Rabbi Joshua asked if he could meet him. So they sent for the butcher and explained, "Rabbi Joshua is here and would like to see you." And Nenez was astonished. And he didn't quite believe them. He thought they were making fun of him. Yeah, Rabbi Joshua. Right? He wouldn't come. So as a result, Rabbi Joshua has to go and meet Nenez the butcher. And when the butcher saw that it was actually the Rabbi Joshua, well, he became very frightened. "Oh, great Rabbi," he exclaimed. "You came all this way just to see me?" "Please," answered Rabbi Joshua, "I don't mean to intrude. I just want to understand what good you have done in your life." And Nenez replied, I don't know. I'm an ordinary butcher. I have a father and a mother who are old and weak. I wash them and I dress them, and I prepare their food with my own hands. But that's really all I have time for. I don't really do much else." When Rabbi Joshua heard these words, he bent down and kissed the butcher on the forehead, saying, "My son, blessed are you and blessed is your good fortune. How happy am I to have the distinction of being your companion in paradise." Now that's where the Midrash ends. Right? Rabbi Joshua learns that Nenez is also righteous. Right? We learn a lesson about the importance of just how serious we should take that teaching of honoring one's parents. And it's a happy ending. But part of me really wants the conversation to continue, with Nenez challenging Rabbi Joshua. So, God has told you that we're going to spend paradise together, but that wasn't good enough for you? You had to come and judge me yourself? I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you approve of me. But what if I don't approve of you? And please know that I say that with great respect, O learned rabbi. I mean, think about it, right? My point is not to trash Rabbi Joshua. But in this one story, and there are many about Rabbi Joshua, in this one story, we are not really seeing Rabbi Joshua's humility. this story demonstrates that we all can get caught up in the idea of what we deserve or what we don't deserve. Well, I didn't deserve that. Right? And there's a whole lot in our world right now that we didn't necessarily deserve. From explosions and pandemics and disease, there's racism and violence and so much more. We've got a few issues that we're dealing with here. It takes humility to set that idea of, I don't deserve this, or I deserve better than this. It takes humility to set that aside. Now, it's true. We probably deserve more than we get. We probably don't deserve all of the struggles and challenges that we're faced with. But here's the thing, if we're so focused on what we deserve or don't deserve, if we're so confident that it's all about me, then we're going to miss out on the part where we come together to cope with whatever the situation is. We're going to miss out on some of that support that we need to make it through. If we're so focused on judging others, we miss out on the part where we work together, we work with each other to solve our problems. We need that sense of humility so that we can stand together to address our world and to address our lives as they are and not as we wish them to be. We need to deal with reality, and we need to do a better job of working together. Yes, there's so much divides us, but let's set as much of that aside. Let's set aside what we deserve or don't deserve so that we can truly make this world a better place. Shabbat Shalom.